Good afternoon, esteemed members of the Committee on Health and Human Services. My name is Dr. Deborah Hagler. I'm a resident of Harpswell and former president of the Maine chapter of the American Academy of Pediatrics. I'm testifying in support of LD 1215, an act to end the sale of flavored tobacco products. The first time I ever saw an e-cigarette was about 15 years ago. I had no idea what it was. A very bright patient brought it in to show me and ask questions about it. They had researched it on the internet and ordered one. It was a long plastic-looking thing, and they understood it was a way to make smoke that was less harmful. They knew smoking was a bad idea, but wanted to try it and thought this might be the way to go. It seemed like it could be safer. All I could offer at the time was that this seemed like a bad idea if there was nicotine involved. Ultimately, they went on to smoke combustible cigarettes as they were more easily procured at the time. This young person had already been sold and confused by the ideas of harm reduction, and I had no idea at the time how to really counsel them. In the United States, the idea of harm reduction really matured in the 1980s with the discovery of AIDS, but they had been adopted much earlier in Europe. The recognition that AIDS could be spread by people who injected drugs sharing needles led to campaigns to distribute sterile syringes to control the spread of the virus. As a byproduct of these efforts to provide care, it was noted that more people who participated in these programs participated in substance use treatments and reduced high-risk behaviors such as injectable drug use and rates of infection like HIV, hepatitis B, hepatitis C also decreased. These programs were not about initiating high-risk behaviors, such as the introduction of addictive substances. For an adolescent with a maturing brain that is uniquely primed for addiction, the introduction of a highly addictive substance, such as nicotine, that can prime the brain for future addiction is not harm reduction. The pivot of the vaping companies away from the flashy cool marketing that peddled their flavored devices to teens to harm reduction devices is clearly a real game of smoke and mirrors. It is intent on confusing a population that the tobacco companies need to groom as new customers. Less than 1% of the population will initiate tobacco product use after the age of 26. However, teens that hear harm reduction may not understand the risk that comes with these devices, that they contain carcinogens, that they can explode and cause severe injury. They prime the brain for future substance use. They are linked to the development of mood disorders like depression and anxiety, or that they are 3 to 3.5 times more likely to transition to combustible cigarette use, and additionally have a greater risk of marijuana and alcohol use. 4 out of 5 teens initiate tobacco product use because of flavors. Mixing the ideas of harm reduction into marketing schemes is another ploy to cultivate customers by falsely signaling to our youth these products are safe. Please vote to remove the flavors from tobacco products to protect our youth. Please vote ought to pass on LD 1215. Thank you.